what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do, yeah.
Hi, everyone, again. This is Griffin Gaming RPG. Guys, thanks for being patient with us. We're trying to get it together this morning. I'm here with my co host, Mr. Archie Falcon. Say hey, Arch.
Hey, this is Archie over here. Hey, Griffin, thanks for having me in the show again.
All right.
Hello, Cosmic,
And-
all-star citizens, yeah.
Okay, and today, guys, we are launching a new part of our test squadron called the Test Zone, a part of the TEST Broadcasting Service. And we're just to give you a sample of what that looks like. This is what the TEST Broadcasting Service looks like here. There it is right there.
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what.
And so, as a part of the Test Broadcasting Service, we're doing this show called the Test Zone, where we want to be able to highlight members from the Test Squadron, everyday people that log in every day, maybe once a month. I don't know how often people log into our stream on Discord, but we're going to be inviting different people, from streamers to just regular game players, particularly people who are excited about Star Citizen. And right now, Archie, he helped me. We did an interview with the great CosmicTrader a couple weeks ago. We had a lot of fun, right, Arch?
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did. And we've got some different things lined up for us this week. So we're going to be interviewing our glorious leader, Mr. Montoya, who has been patiently waiting in the wings in the green room. He's been sipping on, I don't know what he's sipping on, but he's been sipping on something and waiting for us to bring him out for his interview today. And Archie and I are going to both kind of help with that interview. And then
I think he's
what's he drinking?
Xeon beer.
Xeon beer? Okay, is that what he said he had? I don't know what he was drinking, but he looked like he was pretty sober still. So, you guys, also, we're going to be having CosmicTrader back again this week, who's going to give us some information about the weekly schedule. You guys know we're approaching the release of 3.0, which everybody's really pumped up and excited about. And then we're going to do a game today, a competition. And Archie, did I tell you that there's a prize? I didn't tell you, right? There's a prize?
Oh, there's a prize for me?
No, I didn't say it was for you. I said there's a prize. So anyway, we are going to get started with that. Guys, welcome again. Thanks for everybody stopping in. Yeah, test not casting. Oh, thanks a lot, Chronicles. I really appreciate that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. Archie, you're going to be doing something we call the ATV Studio Snapshot. And this is going to be where Archie kind of goes over what's happened in ATV. So Archie, go ahead. Take it away.
And during the month of May, Frankfurt Studio talked about AI modules or manned turrets. Brian Chambers explains in detail all about the AI and manned turrets.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the parking system that will allow all park a ship inside another ship, just like parking or landing on a platform, when you're using the Dragonfly or the Ursa rover. Mission system. Miles Urquhart returns as a mission giver.
Miles Eckhart. Miles?
Oh, that's the...
That's his name, Miles Eckhart.
We're still talking about the Ursa rover.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. You're okay.
There you go. Miles Urquhart returns as a mission giver.
There's going to be a second guy, too, right? Because Miles is for the good people, right?
Yeah. There's a second guy.
I've forgotten that guy's name.
Yeah, me too. We'll see him soon.
Okay.
There's Miles Urquhart again. He also came out in Citizen Con.
Right, we saw him in the video. 2016?
2016.
Yeah.
We just got a news. Attack on Port Olisar. We are surprised on attack of Port Olisar when the Vandal, a king ship with escort ships, launched torpedoes. A new alert system gave warning at the time of the attack. That's the explosions. Also, the Terrapin. This is the concept concept picture of the Terrapin. We have the schematic of the Terrapin. And now the Terrapin is in, hopefully it's in gray box, and hopefully we will see it soon. Looking at the stars from the dark side of the moon, the stars are illuminating the dark side of the moon, and the density of the stars will fill up the sky. Chris Robert came up to help out with this concept by populating the heavens with stars. This will give some light effect to the dark side of each moon.
I thought that was probably really cool.
Look at those stars.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that he decided to actually use the illumination to be a way to light the planet versus using some type of like false lighting effect, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty cool. And it was kind of cool. They said that he actually got involved in doing that. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Well, I thought he came up with the concept.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was cool that he got his hands actually, you know, in there with it, working on it and stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat. And did you buy a Terrapin?
I have one.
You got one? Just one?
Just one.
Okay, just one. Okay, yeah, I've got a Terrapin too. I ended up getting it in the Explorer package, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that get released as well. So awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Archie. That was the ATV Studio Snapshot. That was during the month of May. We'll try to do those each month, so we'll kind of get a quick overview of something that's really highlighted. And those are the things that Archie kind of felt were really important to highlight. So thanks, Arch. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a quick commercial. And we're going to be coming back with our special guests. We hope you guys are ready. If you guys have questions for Montoya, definitely we'll be looking to see some of those questions. We're going to try and get a couple of them in. And we will be right back. So here we go. Star Citizen Patch, love it.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah.
Holy cow. Look at those gorgeous girls back there.
Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming last night when I pulled off the lot. That's done. Right from my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds, I'm in black and yellow.
Okay, we are back. And we are back with our guest, Mr. Glorious Leader himself. You put the glasses back on, I see. Montoya?
Am I on?
Yeah.
Check 1, 2.
I hope you're on. We didn't start out so great.
Boy, I didn't do my intro. Hang on.
He's going to do his intro. Okay, what's the intro? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I got to see this.
Oh, God. No,
Oh,
don't dance.
boy.
Oh, God.
No dancing. No.
Hey, we can get kicked off Twitch for dancing. Anyway, welcome, Montoya.
Hello.
And we really appreciate you finding time to hang out with us today on our first episode of the Test Zone. And we hopefully will get to learn a little bit more about Montoya today. Not much more. I don't know. He still wants to be kind of mysterious. He's keeping his glasses on, so he remains mysterious to us. But Montoya, as you guys know, is the president, the leader, the dictator, or whatever term you want to use, in relation to TEST Squadron, the best squadron. Oh, God. Somebody take his mouse away from him. I know, take his mouse away from him.
I'm going to be doing this all day now.
So he's going to be doing his own video over there just so you guys will know. Those of
So
us
you
who
know.
are into TEST Squadron, give a shout if you're on right now. Hit it up in the chat. If you're TEST, look at that. There's my TEST phone. I got a TEST shirt. All the good stuff on. Archie's got his TEST shirt.
So you
on
guys
TEST.
know. You can hear me, right?
Yes, TEST.
One,
Yes,
two.
we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Griffin, being the perfectionist he is, was very particular about the camera angles, the lighting. Archie, you're too low. Archie, you're too high. Take one step back. Put on some makeup. Your face looks terrible. You didn't set up. The whole setup took hours to get to this point. And he said to me, Montoya, whatever you do, don't mess with the camera. Don't touch any settings. Don't mess things around. Don't move things in and out. Leave everything as it is.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. So hey, let's go ahead and jump right in because I do want to have some time to ask some questions from the folks. Question number one, Montoya, you have a unique accent. In case you didn't know, you have an accent. I hear a bit of Mongolian in your
Yes.
voice. Where are you actually from?
The south of Mongolia is a beautiful place. I know a great restaurant. I'm nowhere near there at all, though. The accent comes from South Africa. Actually, I live in North Carolina, and a lot of people ask, where's the accent from? I go, the south. And they seem to accept that answer for some reason. And they're happy with that.
Okay.
And so, I never explained how far south.
South
but yes,
Africa?
South Africa.
How long were you in South Africa?
I grew up there. I left when I was 19 years old, went to Canada, was there for a couple of years, and now the States. So my accent's very diluted. When I talk to South Africans, they sound ridiculous to me. It sounds like, what's his name from Blood Diamond? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, DiCaprio.
That-
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. But what's interesting is that even though you're from South Africa, your ethnicity is what? Was something people would probably never guess.
This is complicated, and my poor kids who are mixed are going to be more complicated. My family roots are back to the Austro-Hungarian area. I myself was born in Israel, and I left there when I was a baby.
Okay.
So, it's all over the place, and my kids are half Vietnamese, so, they're going to have a lot of fun times explaining that one.
Okay, cool. All right, Arch, it's on you.
Hey, Montoya, how you doing?
Hello, Archie. Nice to meet you, Archie. Great
Alrighty.
job, by the way. I love your work, yes.
Yeah. Hey, how you became interested in video games?
Oh, when did this all begin? Can I talk with my glasses now, Griffin?
Oh yeah,
Because you told me I
absolutely.
have
That's up
wear
to
them
you.
hide my
That's
face.
up to you. I don't know if you're hiding your identity or what, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's too dark in here for that. Oh, that's better. All right. I just need to put on a hat, just randomly. I happen to have a hat here. Oh, look at that, a test hat. $29.99 from a test store.
Oh
It's
boy,
beautiful.
here we go.
How did I get interesting in gaming? My father, actually, we had the Atari that had Pong. How far back you want to go?
I remember
Started with
that.
Pong on the Atari.
I had
My
one.
father then got us the Apple IIe. So worked our way through all the normal games. Remember Dig Dug, Load Runner, etc. Finally getting up to the whole when the IBMs came out, Space Quest 1 and 2, King's Quest.
Did you have Mission
Legend
Attack?
Suit Larry, a classic of our time. Right?
Ooh.
Did you have Mission Attack?
I don't recall that one.
The
It was
Atari
very
game.
tough getting games in those days. I don't know where my father got them, nor did I question it, but he used to bring home games. Obviously, they were pirated, but you have to copy those discs back in those days. But yeah, we had a couple of games and fun memories. And here we are now
Okay, cool.
at the culmination of our journey. Probably the last game that any of us will play, being it should go for the next 20 years, and we'll be dead at the end of that.
Thanks for both predictions. Montoya, currently, at least until the coup starts, you're the leader, sometimes referred to as the quote-unquote glorious leader of Test Squadron.
Indeed.
But before that happened, were you ever in charge of any other guilds or organizations or game corps?
No, this is my first rodeo in that regard. I had played a couple of games in the past. I was never actually involved in any communities as much as obviously I'm involved here, but my experience in previous gaming communities was get in there, kind of sit in the back, not really bother doing anything, kind of go along with what the crowd is doing. And I had a pretty bad experience in EVE where I really wanted to get into it, but I started off in a small kind of newbie called corporations, and it was called the EVE University. Now, they do a great job,
Right.
but unfortunately my experience there was one of come in here, do this, whether you like it or not, we're doing this, and there you go. And I wasn't happy with that. And I thought, you know what? If any other game comes along, I'm going to run things my way, the way I would like to come into a game. And obviously, our system has worked well. People come in who make them feel like one of the family. We get them integrated with the community, get to know people, and it's breaking that barrier at first, which I found a critical step, which was missing from the previous games I was involved in. They drop into the chat room, go. But not everyone's going to get out in front of the crowd and go, hello, everyone, nice to meet you. So when someone drops into test, we say, hey, guys, I'd like you to meet ArchieFalcon, he has a beard and 2 dogs. Archie, where you from? And people say, oh, you start chatting. What dogs do you have? And the ice gets broken that way.
Okay.
Seeing the majority of people, I'll stop there.
No. It's interesting you mentioned Eve University because I remember when I was in Eve, I used to watch their videos all the time because they had really cool
Yeah, they're
instructional
great.
stuff, but I never knew anything about the
As far
org.
as becoming involved in the community, you get dropped in, you go, there you go, you're in. And there wasn't much beyond that. Not that everyone suffers from social anxiety or problems, but a lot of people who game online have problems. and breaking the ice is a critical step to get them to open up and start interacting with people. So that's the one thing we really focus on here.
Okay, cool. All right.
Montoya.
Xeon beer.
Oh, nice Xeon beer.
Yeah. By the way, fidget spinners,
That's-
only $59.99 from the Tesla
God,
right
here
now.
we go again.
Ooh, I want one. TEST Squadron is a unique name for gaming org. How did that came about, and how and when did it get started?
Great question. The test name was first used in a game in Eve by Reddit. Reddit was a Reddit organization, and they had an alliance, and they called it the Test Alliance. Now, the reason they used test is because on Reddit, which is where we're from, we started off on Reddit. The most upvoted post on Reddit for the longest time was a post someone made, and in that post they said, "Test post, please ignore." They were just testing out Reddit. And obviously people do the exact opposite. Everyone started upvoting this post. And so it became kind of a joke, "Test post, please ignore." Everyone in Reddit back from the old days always knew that as the highest voted post of all time. So PlanetSide 2 came along, and a bunch of people started a Test Outfit there. Test Outfit was a great place to hang out in PlanetSide 2. I don't know if they're still as active as they used to be. Excuse me. Need more beer. So Test Outfit and PlanetSide was a thing, and there was Test Clan in another game. I forget what it was. And there was also a test group in Elite Dangerous. None of them have actual connections with each other than the fact that they came from Reddit, and borrowing from the Reddit post, "Test, please ignore." So that's how it started. So coming to Star Citizen, I arrived and I looked around and I said, "Hey, is there any Reddit group here?" And there was no Reddit group. So I said, "Okay, let's make a Test Squadron." And I started asking around if people were interested, and it was kind of a tough sell at first. People weren't sure, but with a bit of propaganda and a little bit of work, here we are.
Okay, great. Quick question in regard to the this org for test. Did you start it by yourself? Did anyone co-start it with you? And then, like, how many moderators?
It was
do you
me.
have?
It was all me. Everything you see, I did everything. Everything is mine.
Okay.
Just all of me, exactly.
Just you. Okay. Well, the other part of that is who started with you, and how many
Well,
moderators?
that
do
actually
you have?
ties into your previous question.
Okay.
The thing is, a leader is nothing without those supporting him. No one gets into any position of authority without people who work with him. So when I first started TEST, and I was an organization of one person, I put up a couple of videos, put up a post or two, and like 5-10 people joined, but they weren't active. And I went out and I actually messaged a bunch of people I saw on Reddit that had showed interest in Star Citizen. I messaged each and every single one. And out of all the people I messaged, about 15, 20 of them, one person responded to me that showed interest in helping me do something in Star Citizen. And that person was Sung, as we all know him, Citizen 404. Thankfully, his experience, his background was with Minecraft. He'd run Minecraft servers before. So combining actually, I don't bring anything to the table at all. I don't know what I bring to the table. But with him involved, we quickly put up some forums and obviously double the amount of effort we can put into it. And off we went. So Sung, a.k.a. Citizen 404, currently moved to South Korea. My right-hand man from the very beginning, and obviously every single mod that we have working below us there has put in hundreds and thousands of hours to get to this point, and there we are.
Okay, awesome. And how many moderators do you have roughly, and how many members in the org altogether?
Moderators, we have maybe 10 or 15. Not all are active. There's a fair amount of attrition we see because the game's taken so long. People come in, they get excited, and they leave a little bit. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of inactive mods. Active mods, I'd say there's maybe 7 or 8 active mods at the moment. We have a great organization. Doesn't need much moderating at all. That's not a tough job, but they're in there almost every single day. doing the best they can. We appreciate everything you do, guys. As far as members, we're closing in on 13,000, which should be happening probably next week or the week after that. And yeah,
And that
growing
makes
strong
TEST,
as we get
TEST
closer to people now.
the biggest org, right? In the TEST, in the
Yeah.
Star Citizen
Yeah,
community?
I know some people from Explore lose their. Can I say the word shit?
Hey. No.
No, can I swear?
Can't pick on him
No.
Explorer.
Yeah, the thing is,
My
by
ears.
main members, we are the largest organization by main members. Organizations in Star Citizen are made up of main members and affiliate members. Affiliate members kind of join you because, excuse me, hiccups. I don't know why. I get hiccups when I get excited about talking about site. So, by main members, we are the largest organization. By combined members of main and affiliates, we are 200 members behind Explore, which is the biggest, but give us 2 weeks, we'll be above them. And we shall be the largest org, period. So everyone who's an Explorer keeps bugging me saying, no, we're not the biggest. Wait a month. Then tell
Hey,
me
we
again.
got a number. We got a number for test. 12,941.
By, who's that? CosmicTrader.
Oh, thanks, Cosmic. Great.
Thank you,
12,941 members. Awesome. Okay, great.
TEST Squadron also has a streaming division. Can you talk about that?
Yes, very early on in our creation, it became very obvious. Now, me being an old guy here, not as old as you guys, you're fossils.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, there's a lot of experience here.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had never actually, I knew what Twitch TV was. I had never actually sat down and watched a stream before. I just never found it interesting. And when Star Citizen started putting out Wingmen's Hang and everything on Twitch, it became very apparent that this was something which was going to play a major role in getting our message across also. So we created what's called TEST Gaming, and TEST Gaming was our media wing. That's grown into something amazing. The TEST Gaming stream team has some amazing streamers on it. Actually, one of our biggest streamers, Captain Richard, was spotlighted on Twitch just the other week, where essentially if you go on twitch.tv, on the front page, there was Captain Richard streaming, which is unbelievable. And yeah, the team itself has done great. So drop over to twitch.tv/team/test. You can see them all there in all their glory. And really a great bunch. Give them some support, guys.
Yeah.
And Twitch
How's that?
the Twitch gamers, they're pretty much on. Somebody from the group is almost on every day, right?
Yeah, the team is still very much in the growing phase. If you are an aspiring streamer and you think you have what it takes, contact us. We'll take a look at you. And we're generally trying to make a team of energetic, fun, exciting people. Any time of day, you can log on. There'll be someone from TEST streaming in there. So if you don't feel like playing or you're too busy, drop into twitch.tv, drop into your favorite TEST member, and you can watch them blowing things up or getting shot at, which is what's going to happen a lot.
Okay. Now, while Star Citizen is out there, a lot of us are waiting for the release of the game, the actual full game. And I know we're all kind of anticipating this new update 3.0. There's a lot of theory crafting that goes on sometimes when we're talking amongst our members. And a lot of people go into a lot of great detail about how an organization should be structured or how it should run. Considering that you oversee such a big community and a big organization, you've kind of done the opposite. You've kind of taken a minimal approach to it. Can you talk about why?
That is a good question, and I think it has to do from the fact that we've just been here from the very beginning. I mean, I was backing in 2013, so people who've dropped in now are fresh. They're full of energy still. Maybe that's it. But we've done everything they were doing years ago already. We sat down, we used to sit and analyze every single word that came out of Chris Roberts' mouth, and we scoured the forums in RSI. Like, did someone post something we didn't know before? I'd go to bed at night reading the RSI forum to make sure I didn't miss anything. First thing in the morning, wake up in bed, grab the phone, RSI forum, see if anything new came up while I was sleeping, all day long. And eventually you get to the point where you're like, you know what? It makes no difference how much time I spend reading every single thing or analyzing every ATV or scouring through Sandy Gardner's Twitter to see if maybe she took a screenshot of something. You reach a point of nirvana, essentially. We're like, what happens, happens. And once we get the information, we'll make decisions based upon that. Not to discourage theory crafting. We actually have a lot of guys who love theory crafting in TEST, and we love to hear about it. But when it comes to actually making decisions, we don't base it upon theories, we'll base it upon actual experience in the game once we have that. So if it's mining or exploration or trading, whatever it is, we're holding back on actually making complete executive decisions on anything until we've been in the game, done it, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Facts.
Come again?
Facts.
Facts. What's
Yeah.
that? I do not understand facts.
Facts.
I've heard they are important sometimes, yes.
Okay. I tell you mine if you tell me yours. Your ship. What's your favorite ship in Star Citizen?
Glaive.
Mine's a freelancer. That's how I got
Ooh.
started.
That's a stupid ship.
Oh, no. That's my
I think
freelance. You hurt the
CosmicTrader's going to be
feelings.
cringing now.
You hurt my freelance feelings.
Okay. Montoya, what do you look forward to with this release of 3.0? It seems like there's a lot of, people are kind of coming back to the game, coming back to the organization. What's the big thing for you with 3.0?
Great question. I think this is the one which everyone is waiting on. We always say every patch, this is the patch everyone's waiting on, but this one for real is the big patch everyone's waiting on. Reason being, why is my mouth so dry? That is not the reason I'm excited. Hang on. Reason being, recent polls, not recent polls, but in polls over the past couple of years, which I've seen take place on RSI and on Reddit itself, asking what are you most interested in doing in Star Citizen regarding combat or non-combat. Over 80% of the votes are for non-combat roles. The only thing we've had in the game up to now, which is non-combat, is racing. And since most of us are old and have terrible reflexes, we can't race to save our lives. Therefore, having something to do besides racing that is not combat is very appealing, and we expect to see a big rush of new activity coming into Test Squadron and all of Star Citizen for that matter, because mining, exploration, some effect, landing on moons is out, and what else was there? Trading?
Yeah.
Not trading.
Yeah.
Was there? Yeah. So now that these new features are out, we expect to see a big pickup, and this is the exciting part. There's a lot of people who have backed this game, said, okay, all I can do is dogfight. I'm not interested in that. I'm going to come back into something else. So 3.0 is that something else for real this time. Very exciting stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Now I got another question for you. We did some searching on the forums the other day, and we went on the Test Squadron forum, and we found this interesting post that was there. There's a big picture of you standing behind a podium, and it came from the Ministry of Truth. Squad Citizen, I guess, has this Ministry of Truth division, and the subject was a statement of affirmation to all Star Citizen organizations. I guess this was an announcement, a press release, and it's in the quote. It reads, "Quote: Our glorious leader Montoya has a magnetic personality and exudes positive energy, which is infectious to those around him. He has an unparalleled ability to communicate with people, whether he is speaking to a room of 3 or an arena of 30,000. He has built great relationships throughout his life and treats everyone with respect. He is brilliant with a great sense of humor and has an amazing ability to make people feel special and aspire to be more than even thought possible." Ministry of Truth. If I'm not mistaken, I heard this like on the news last week about the president. This sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
He's
We
the
try
man.
not to be too political in the organization. I mean, we are here for a game, but this was an actual press release from the White House itself.
Oh.
And I read this, like, this is beautiful. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. I need this. So basically cut and paste it, changes the name Trump with Montoya and stuck it in there. The White House press staff does an amazing job. And, I mean,
Okay.
they do the job for me.
So
It's
you're
amazing.
admitting plagiarism. That's all I want to make sure.
It's tremendous. It's tremendous.
Yeah.
Okay, it's tremendous. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we got one last question. Archie's got the last question for you.
For our last question, Montoya, do you have any message for rival organizations who you feel are a threat to Test Squadron?
What do you mean rival?
They better not.
When you're top dog, there is no rival. Actually, I'll give you a serious answer to that. A lot of organizations out there feel threatened by us, even though we are so welcoming and open to everyone. We don't have a kill list. There's things called kill on site lists, and there's all these weird things that organizations have, which are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're coming into this game blank slate. We don't have any enemies. We haven't picked someone as an enemy. I know we make fun of some organizations and we are ragging them a bit, but it's all for fun. We're coming in with a blank slate, and our relationships with other organizations, friend or foe, will be defined upon their actions in the universe, not ours. Well, obviously, ours will matter because, we are pretty big. There's a big target on our back. A lot of people are threatened by us because of our size and the fleet we do have. And I don't blame them. We were the same way. When we had 100, 200 members, an organization called Imperium were the big dogs at the time. They had 3,000 members or 2,000 members, which was massive. And we had nothing good to say about them at all. They were terrible. They cheated, and they're just stupid people, and the leadership were idiots for no reason at all, just because we were saying so. And we have the same thing now. Montoya's an idiot. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, I know that, right? But because the reason we're big, we just get a lot of the same hate. But like I said, we're coming into the universe with a blank slate, and our relationships will be defined by what happens in the game itself, rather than picking and choosing friends and enemies based upon garbage at the moment. So to any organization out there that wants to work with us or be a friend now and be a friend when the game starts. If you want to be our enemy, more than welcome to. That's what makes the game fun. No hard feelings. And obviously, I also actually want to make an important point, and this goes out to other organization leaders. There's game personality Montoya, and then there's real life Montoya, and these are separate people. A lot of these people need to understand that when you shit talk someone in the game, when you call them names, that's the game. But real life is different. And there's been occasions where people, a leader of an organization has contacted me and said, hey, these guys are bugging these guys. Can you do something? Absolutely. I speak to them, say, guys, cut it out. It's enough. We don't want to ruin anyone's gaming experience. And likewise, I ask that other org leaders do not ruin other people's gaming experience by trying to be a dick all around. At some point, you can always contact an org leader like myself and say, listen, this is really cramping my style. It's ruining my life. It's bugging me. Can you do X and Y to stop this? And we will. We want to make sure everyone has a great experience in this game, and I hope that all org leaders agree we can all do that together.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, Griffin.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you wanted me to remind you about something.
Oh, it was just showing off it was just showing the thing off earlier. I did it already. It's no big deal.
Oh, okay.
I think Montoya, one of the models that you should consider is don't start nothing, won't be nothing. That might be another way of looking at it. So I don't know if you want to use that as
Unfortunately, for an organization our size, we will always be starting something just because of our needs. We have a large fleet. And if there's an asteroid belt somewhere which has a very important resource, and we need that resource to rebuild the Bengal carrier we just crashed into the moon by accident, it doesn't matter which org is currently mining there. We're coming in, we're wiping them out, and then taking the resources. Not because we don't like them, or we have something personal against them, it's because we need that, move out of our way, like we have no choice. So unfortunately, as much as I'd like to be the good guys in this game, due to our size and our needs, I have a strong suspicion we won't be able to be the good guys always, but more of a Captain Jack Sparrow. Maybe do bad things, but for good at the end kind of thing.
Okay, I got you. Okay. Well, Montoya, thank you for joining us. We've kept you long enough. We've tortured you for over an hour, but we appreciate you coming on today, helping us kick off things. And again, if you guys want to know more about TEST Squadron, obviously you can go to testsquadron.com. Is that correct, Montoya? testsquadron.com?
Oh, yes. We have multiple sites and websites. TestSquadron.com are our forums, which I believe is maybe the third or fourth largest Star Citizen community outside of RSI and Reddit. We have test.gg. Test.gg is our portal page. You'll find links from there to everything else test related. Testgaming.tv is our news site-ish thing with news and other interesting articles. If you're interested in writing for that, please let us know. We're always open positions. I'm sure I'm missing a couple other things, but that's most of it.
Okay.
And Twitter, testgaming.tv and the Test Squadron Twitter accounts, and Montoya_test. I need a list.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. There's more, but that's it.
You're getting old. Okay. Anyway,
Right.
thanks.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to everyone on this wonderful, wonderful show. I'm dying to know how you got this background for G-Lock Bar. This is beautiful.
This is this is actually, we got access to this for the broadcast. CIG allows us to use the second floor of the G-Lock Bar.
Is that
It's
because
a
you're in
VIP
test?
VIP area. So yeah, we're up
Because you're
here.
in Test Squadron, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because we're in Test Squadron. We mentioned
Because
test, and they said
I
sure.
will.
whatever you
I
need.
want to address actually these rumors that CIG gives us special preferential treatment. I want to say at this point in time that the notion that CIG gives us preferential treatment is absolutely true.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the way to close it out. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Thanks again, Montoya, for coming. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have our good friend CosmicTrader on with us, who's going to share with us a little bit about the schedule that was just released today. We're a couple of weeks away from 3.0. So, again, Montoya, thanks, and we'll be right back, guys.
Take care, Montoya.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Playing this shit, man. What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh!
All right, all right, all right. So, yeah, you know what, Archie, you and I were both at CitizenCon last year, Los Angeles, right?
Yes, we were.
And
Yes,
I
we
was
were.
there. I was there when that happened. Montoya was. It looked like Montoya was provoking that fight, but we know that wasn't the case.
I
There
was
some,
right there in the front of the entrance.
Yeah, some stuff happened beforehand, and that's what got Montoya worked up. He was not the initiator in that, so I want to make sure that's clear that Tess did not start that altercation.
No,
But
no.
Brian Chambers came in and intervened, and it was great. So anyway, we're back, right? And we are now going to do our schedule update, and we have our good friend with us, Mr. CosmicTrader. Cosmic, you there?
CosmicTrader. Yeah.
Thank you for having me, and thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching. Great interview with Montoya.
Yeah, we learned a little bit more about him, right? And I do mean a little bit because that was about all we learned. But anyway,
Cosmic.
Yeah.
So Cosmic, you are going to be giving us some info about the schedule, right?
Yeah, what I'm going to do for those listening is I'm going to just give you some brief highlights of some of the things that I felt were important to point out, because we get this weekly schedule every week. So I look through it to find what's different or what's of most interest to us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those of you who may know, they don't give us a hard date anymore. They give us a time frame. But I'm just going to give you the dates that start each of these. They are scheduled right now to release 3.0 to Evocati testing between June the 12th and June 22nd, sometime in that area. It looks like it'll probably be June 12th, 13th. Okay. Then somewhere around June the 23rd, it's to go to PTU testing. And somewhere between July the 6th and July the 20th, it will go live. All of this depends on how it goes with the testing. So in about a month, this will be live.
I know, Cosmic, the other day you mentioned about the fact that it was very like a positive sign that we didn't see the schedule getting pushed back so close to the deadline, right?
Yeah, what keyed me, Griffin, was 2 weeks ago, it was delayed a week. And then last week it was not. This week it was not. What that tells me that they found a blocker, whatever it was, and they got it fixed. So it has not been delayed for 2 weeks. So I'm very optimistic that next week it's going to go down right after June the 12th, June the 13th in that area. Okay?
Okay.
Now, as Montoya mentioned, in 3.0, we will have 3 moons, all 3 moons that are around Crusader, and they will have outposts on them. Now, whether they're all going to be used for missions or just for us to land and explore, we don't know. But what has been confirmed, finally, is that the planet Delamar, which contains the Levski mining system, will definitely be in 3.0. Okay, they moved it out 2 weeks ago, but it's been moved back in again. What was blocking it has been corrected and fixed. So that's excellent news. You guys will all be able to visit Levski. The next important thing that I know most of you are really excited about, there will be a field of view slider starting with 3.0. Right now, it defaults to a field of view of 55 for everybody. you'll be able to set it to whatever field of view you want. So if you got widescreen, multi-screens, this is a good bonus for y'all. So I was excited about that.
Awesome.
The next thing, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You got a question about that? So far?
No. I'll save my question.
The next thing is basically 3 parts on it. It has to do with item 2.0, which you saw in Around the Verse, and they talked more about it at Happy Hour, which is definitely worth watching. Right now, that will be in 3.0, and they have confirmed that all the ships that we have flyable will contain part 1 of item 2.0. Now, what part 1 basically consists of is your cockpit, your HUD, and that stuff that they showed you up in Around the Verse. Okay, that is completed for all the ships. And what they're working, so part 1 will be in. Part 2 will be in somewhere before PTU testing ends, before it goes live. And what they're working on part 2 of this is the multi-crew ships. For example, the Constellation as an example. They're working on things like the airlock doors and stuff like that to get all that working. And that's on schedule. It will be done prior to this all going live. Okay? So that's item 2.0. That's going to be a big bonus to people in multi-crew ships. You'll be able to have people sitting at the multifunction displays. Now, as we progress into 3.1 and on, that's going to add more and more engineering stations, comm stations, nav stations, etc. But for now, it's just going to be the shield and the power and those things. Okay?
Okay, cool. Cosmic, let me ask you this. There's several people who are part of the Evocati. You're part of Evocati. Sometimes when a release comes out, we wait a matter of days. Sometimes it's been weeks before it finally reaches PTU or the next level of testing. Considering your experience with Evocati, considering what's happened in the past, and considering the 3.0 is probably one of the largest updates in relation to the game and as far as features that will be brought together. And I know there's no way of knowing this, but I'm just kind of tapping into your thoughts here. What do you think the time frame would be that it may take Evocati to get through it before it reaches the next level for testing? Are you looking at days, weeks, considering we're bringing all these elements together plus new elements as well?
Yeah, that's a good question. It is hard to tell. As a lot of people would know, 2.3 was in Evocati testing for 4 weeks, but that was the first really major rewrite of CryEngine in what's called Star Engine now. And there were a lot of crashes on the servers. So it took a long time to get it stable enough to put to PTU. I don't anticipate that this time. And I base that information on, I track it every day. I pay attention and I read all of these schedule reports very closely to find out what's been delayed, what's been moved forward a little bit, or what's on schedule. And near as I can tell, from all of the back end stuff, all of the server side stuff, all of their testing, everything's on schedule. Some stuff has actually been moved forward, and I'll cover that in a minute. But it's looking good. Now, as I said, something was blocking it 2 weeks ago from going to testing, so it got delayed. And they didn't want to delay it. We all know this, because they want to get it out to us as quickly as possible. So because it's not delayed now, whatever the major problem was, they must have fixed it. So my guess is that somewhere 12th, 13th of June, it will go to Evocati testing. I'm very confident of that. Now, unless there's major server crashes, major server instability, I believe it'll go to PTU testing on time. Because the Evocati's primary function and goal of every member of Evocati and the CIG QA team and devs, they want this to go to PTU as quick as possible, because that's where the real testing takes place. Okay, that's what it's there for, public test universe. The Evocati people are there to help get it stable enough for that. Because if you're crashing every 5 or 10 minutes, you're not going to be doing much testing. So it has to get stable. Now, on everything I've heard, everything I've read, everything I know of, at this point, it seems to be going to be a lot more stable than previous releases. They're making excellent progress.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And you said there were some things that you had noted that had been moved up. What was
Right. I'll cover the next couple things very quickly because I found them of interest. On your Moby Glass in the future, you're going to have it kind of like your iPad, your iPhone, and you got them now. They're called apps. Mm-hmm. When you open up your app, you got the mission app. You got things like that. Okay. They're going to add some apps to that in the future. Now, cargo will be in 3.0, but mining will not be. And the cargo that will be in there will be to test things like the kiosk that will be at Levski. Go in and buy something, not just at Levski, but any place. When you buy something, that will actually be transportable in your ship, whether it's a Cutlass, whether it's a Constellation, a Freelancer, whatever it is, you'll be able to transport that someplace else. And if that person at the other end is willing to buy it, you will be able to sell that commodity. That's what they want to test with cargo. Being able to buy something, transport it, and sell it, to do the basics of the economic system of the game. So that's excellent news. And that brings us to commodities. There will be very, very fundamental things to buy and sell just to get this working. Okay? So going to the kiosk at Levski, having some fun, doing all that, that's exciting news. It'll be the first time. Two of the big apps that excite me right now, one is called the Vehicle Customizer. If you go into Arena Commander, you customize your ship there with this holographic customized thing, and I love it. That will now be on your Moby Glass, but it won't be there for the Evocati and the PTU. Their estimated time for that is the 28th of June. So by the time it goes live, or shortly thereafter, you will have a vehicle customization app you can call up on your Moby Glass and customize your ship right there. When that comes, you will no longer have to do it in the hangar. You can do it right off your Moby Glass.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Along with that,
Awesome. That's awesome.
along with that is another one called the Ship Selector app and Insurance Claim app. Two more apps. They're estimated to be the middle of June, so that will be in the PTU. We can check them out. Okay. The Ship Selector means you don't have to go to a terminal anymore. You can call it up on your thing and say, I want to have my Avenger out on a pad, and it will put it there and tell you what pad it's on. You can do it from your Moby Glass.
Nice.
The other one is the Insurance Claim. They're going to test the very fundamentals of insurance system. And what will happen is if your ship gets destroyed, or what they really want to test is your ship is damaged beyond use. In other words, it's not destroyed, but you can't really use the thing anymore. It's that damaged, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, in the past, we have self-destructed, spawned back in our bedroom, and went on with it. They don't want you to self-destruct anymore. What you'll do is call up your Moby Glass, go to the Insurance Claim, and explain to the server, that my ship is no longer usable. I need a new one. And the insurance will replace it with the base model with the base loadout on it. That's what they'll be testing to make sure that works. And if it does, then they can move forward to implementing the insurance in the game. The next thing I found important is for all the Star Marine players out there, heavy armor will definitely be in 3.0. Okay, both the Outlaw and the Marine heavy armor, and that will be for Evocati and PTU testing to check out. Okay, also, what is already finished and ready to go is turrets. Now, you've all seen the new turrets, and they're going to be manned or slave to AI is what we've been told. Those are already ready, and every single ship will have the new turrets on them, starting with 3.0. Every ship. Okay. We've been told this. The bad part of this, ladies and gentlemen, is when you go out now to fight the bad guys, the pirates, let's say he has a Cutlass, and that Cutlass has a turret on it. Well, he ain't using it right now. The AI turrets will also be replaced with the new turrets, and they will be functional. So the AI will be shooting at you from his turret. Be aware.
So you have to be in the blind spot.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Now, to sum all this up, this is not actually in the schedule as such, but I thought it was important to mention. One of the things that we all have a problem with in the persistent universe is frame rates. And most of us, because of the server side that pulls us down, regardless of your system or your GPU, when the instance is full, we average somewhere in the 20 frames per second, almost all of us. Okay. However, having said that, our frame rate with 3.0 should increase. How much, we don't know. I'm anticipating that it should go from an average of 20 frames a second to at least in the 40s, maybe higher. The reason for this is for 3.0, they will be almost completely finished, or mostly finished, with what's called diffusion. Diffusion is the cloud-oriented back-end server architecture where they spread the load out through the different servers on the cloud. They also have finished already what's called the render target refactor, the physics serialization, and that's the threading between network and physics code. Also, they have another thing called the persistence data refactor. That's also finished. All of this will be in 3.0. Now, that will increase frame rate, and they're going to add a lot more content. So we're going to have a drastic increase of content, and our frame rate will still go up. I'll briefly mention, while I'm on this, they have held off, and this is the one thing that did slip back. It slipped back 2 weeks ago, and it still is slipped into 3.1. It's what they call bind and unbind. Mm-hmm. Now, the bind and unbind, along with the completion of this diffusion, because it won't be completed in 3.0, but it'll be pretty much completed, they are scheduled to be completed and in 3.1. That should increase our frame rate significantly. Okay.
Cosmic, can you just real briefly, I know you did it before in the other interview, just real briefly tell us what bind and unbind is?
Yeah, right now, Griffin, when we log into the verse, you're at Port Olisar. Everything in the verse is bound to your client, and it because of the server, it drags us down. The server is monitoring everything for you. Everything in the verse. The guy clear out at mission number 6. He's fighting pirates. That's all there, and it shouldn't be. Okay? So by binding, what that means is you're at home right now, and you're in a room. If you look around that room, that's bound to your eyes. But the next room and something down the street or in the next city isn't. Mm-hmm. Okay? They're unbound. As you move from room to room or you move outside, the stuff behind you gets unbound and the stuff in front of you now gets bound. So very, layman language, that's what it's going to do with their servers. Their servers will be binding only what's in your general area, and you will fluidly move between these areas, and the servers will just pass it back and forth and keep it working. Your frame rate should go up significantly.
And the memory won't be cluttered.
Yeah, and again, with diffusion, that will help. Archie, that brings up something else I forgot. Thank you, Arch. Memory. We all have Windows operating system, and we just love to hate it. One of the problems with the operating system, ever since Windows 3.1, we all know this, is something called memory leak. If you use Windows enough, like I do, for various functions all day, you have to reboot your system every 3 to 4 days minimum, or it gets all slowed up and garbage in it. The same thing has been occurring with their servers at CIG. They have what's called memory leak, okay? And when you're out playing in the verse, sometimes you can play for an hour, sometimes 2 or 3, then we all crash with a 30,002 error. Mm-hmm. That's caused by memory leak. If you watched Around the Verse, Jake Ross explained to you that they have found the problem. They are working to correct all that, and you should be able to go out and play for a very long time in the future before you encounter anything like memory leak again. Now, how long, I don't know, but that's positive news.
Awesome.
That brings me a thing there, Griff. I'm surprised they haven't done it like other MMOs out there where they take a certain time and they restart the system. not
Yeah.
downtime.
Yeah, again, I don't know because of the way their network is set up and stuff. I mean, maybe Cosmic knows why or how they do that because we don't really get downtimes. Like, there are times when they'll tell us between these hours and these hours the system goes down. And I don't think we've really ever had that happen, have we, Cosmic?
We have had, not live as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean live. Yeah, we haven't in a while.
No.
Yeah.
The anticipation for all of this and whether it's what's planned.
Mm-hmm.
When this finally goes live, when Star Citizen launches, the intended plan is it's to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for as long as that everybody's willing to fund it.
Okay.
So if that's 20 years, it's 20 years. If it's 30, it's 30. If it's 3 weeks, it's 3 weeks.
Okay.
So that's the intended purpose with no downtime.
Gotcha.
And how do they plan on doing that? Because there's going to be constant updates.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to the final part. They've mentioned this before, and I feel that it's extremely important to mention it one last time. We are getting in the very near future what's called a new downloader/launcher.
Right.
That old launcher will be a thing of the past. What will happen, you will not be downloading 2.5 gigabyte pack files every time they give you a 20 megabyte update. So if they decide to stick a decal on your Super Hornet, you don't have to download 2.5 gigabytes for it. Okay, that's what we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
This new downloader and launcher, however, will be automatic. Every time you go to log in, if there's any updates available, it'll automatically download them for you. So that's going to make life a lot better. And in the future, as it gets closer to going live and as we're going through the 3.x, the 4.x, and the beta testing, we should be able to experience, they can slap content in, they can fix bugs, they can do whatever, and just the downloader will do it for us the next time we log in and every time we log in. So that's the planned intent for all of this. Okay?
Awesome. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well,
And that wraps up my summary. Sorry it took so long.
No, that's great. It was a lot of great information about the schedule. And again, we get these emails weekly with details, and we get this graphic bar showing us where they are in the schedule. But we really appreciate the fact that you bring out those things that we may have overlooked or that we may have missed. Archie, I know you're pumped up for 3.0. I'm ready for 3.0. I think
Can't wait.
everybody's ready for 3.0
Yeah.
at this point. But Cosmic, again, thanks for sharing that with us. Guys, real quick, we're going to do another quick commercial break, and we're going to come back, and we are going to do a game. And we're going to have Cosmic back with us as well. Cosmic's going to be our very first contestant for our game that we call Testies Test. So
Yeah.
we'll be right back.
Oh, man.
So I was looking at the new Aurora, but then I was thinking, maybe I should get something that looks a little classy. But then I was like, no, I need something that can pull some serious weight.
Awesome.
Maybe I don't need all that cargo space. What about the Legionnaire? Now we're talking. How about some bigger guns? Little bigger.
Aurora.
No, little bigger.
Rock the sun.
There you go. And maybe some rockets, too. Actually, I should probably upgrade the power plant. I did like the leather seats on that LX, though. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's see what this baby can do.
Something about the Aurora that just never caught my eye.
Maybe I do need bigger cargo.
RSI's Aurora. There are many like it, but this one is yours.
Okay, we are back, and my partner just walked away on me. Cosmic, you still there?
I am indeed.
Okay. Archie went to go get some water. I think he was looking at his cup and it was empty. So we are back for Test These Tests, guys. And Cosmic is going to be our first contestant. And let me share what Test These Tests is. You guys, those of you who are very familiar with ATV and all the different shows that CIG puts out, you guys know that when they do Citizen of the Stars, they have this thing called Quantum Questions. And so we decided that we're going to have our own version of Quantum Questions, and that we are officially going to challenge CIG by showing them that members of Test Squadron have a lot of information about the game that they are developing, and that we believe that we may even know a little more than some of their folks. So this is a challenge to them, and CosmicTrader is going to be our premier first contestant to set a bar, a standard.
The word is
us.
guinea pig.
You're gonna get. And also,
Griffin, before you start, if I may,
sure.
Director Gamer would like you to post the link in the chat window for him for that Aurora video so he can download it, please.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll pull it up while, you know what, Gamer, just give me 1 second. I'll pull it up because I've got to read these questions off for you, but I do have it saved and I'll send it to you. And so, Cosmic does not know what these questions are. He's been a little nervous because he didn't know what we were going to pull, but the questions will progressively get a little more difficult. But I think
the answer to all of them is yes. I got 26 right.
But I think that the questions will be pretty fair questions. And by the way, again, the next time we have a guest on the show, it'll be another member from Test Squadron, and they will get to do this test, and they will get to compete against not only Cosmic, but also against the employees of CIG. So better do your homework if you want to be on this show, because I don't want to see anybody getting like just 4 questions answered. I can tell you that now. So
Yeah.
Cosmic, are you ready?
As ready as I'm ever going to be.
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna have a countdown. There'll be a 5-second countdown to the clock. And Cosmic, you have to go by when I tell you the time starts. So don't go by the screen because there's a delay. Okay, so when I say ready, go, you ready to fire off. Okay, and we'll see how many questions that Cosmic can knock out. So here we go.
Good luck there, Cosmic.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What is your name and what will you do in Star Citizen?
CosmicTrader and mostly exploration and of course trading.
What is Chris Roberts' brother's first name?
Aaron.
Name a mission giver in the upcoming 3.0 release of Star Citizen.
Miles Eckhart and Rilo.
Archie, keep score for me. Which of these items does not give you credits in Star Citizen? Cigars, Big Benny noodles, or liquor?
Big Benny noodles.
What is the name of the newest community manager?
Tyler Connor, something like that.
Name one of the music composers for Star Citizen.
Pass.
Name 3 star citizens in Star Citizen.
Sol, Stanton, Terra Prime.
Name 2 planets in Star Citizen.
Hurston and ArcCorp.
Name one of the last ships to be made in the version 3 series of updates.
Version 3. What's version 3?
I'm sorry, version 2. Sorry. 2 or 3. Anything 3.0. What's the last in this? 3.0, 3.1, 3.2? Okay. What is the primary weapon of the Vandul?
The blade.
What was the most recent hangar flare given to backers from CIG?
The truck stop.
Name all the ships produced by Consolidated Outland.
All the Mustangs. It's the only ones I know.
Okay. Many of CIG's commercials are modeled after this famous cable program. What is it?
Top Gear.
Say it again.
Top Gear.
Good. Name 3 ships produced. Oh, time is up. Time is up. And how many did we get there? Archie, do you know?
14.
14 questions.
Brian.
14.
Brian Chambers is the man.
He is still the leader. Brian Chambers is still the leader. Oh my God.
Pedro, that's his name.
Pedro, there you go. Absolutely. But Cosmic, you did a great job. You did a great job, especially not knowing what any of the questions were going to be. And Cosmic,
It was fun. Thank you for having me.
absolutely.
광명성 3호 2호기 위성 발사 성공. 평안북도 철산군 소일 위성 발사장에서 운반 로켓 은하 3을 통한 광명성 3호 2호기 위성의 발사가 성공했습니다.